Welcome to another marketing moment. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Andrew.
And I'm Gabriel.
And today what are we going to be talking about, Andrew?
The OCMC, the competition we all recently had together.
Well, recently is a little bit relative. Yeah.
That's right.
It was in November.
It was in November.
Right.
Recently is wrong, is what he's trying to say.
we're at the end of March right now. Anyways.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Yeah. I guess we're here to talk a little bit about our experience there.
Time flies for sure.
That's right. What was the OCMC again? Just remind our viewers in case they don't know.
Well, from what I recall, the OCMC was a competition between many different schools throughout the province of Ontario. And we had the pleasure of representing George Brown College.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, us and how many of us was it? Like 20? Like
I
20
think
people?
like close to 20.
20.
It was either close to 20
Which is
or a
over
little
20.
bit over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of background. Like we all had like different categories of marketing, and we were paired up, and like what were our categories? I was in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I know we were just the marketing category.
Marketing strategy.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
better. I like to say marketing
Makes
strategy.
us sound smarter,
It
you
does.
know.
It does. I
Yeah.
feel smarter when I say it.
Okay. I was entrepreneurship. Okay.
That makes you sound smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
entrepreneurship.
wait,
we
if
need
you put the
entrepreneurs.
Who
words
doesn't want to
back-
be an entrepreneur nowadays? You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Some people
I
don't.
guess.
I'm sure. I guess. Okay.
I suppose. Yeah. Perchance.
Yeah. Well, there were how many other schools we were competing against? I think 18 or something like that.
13.
Essentially,
13, yeah,
on the dot,
13,
actually.
yeah.
13.
It was such the whole experience was so much fun. I remember that's like we would remember like every week we were preparing and like I jumped into the whole preparation of OCMC like 4 weeks late, and everyone was already paired up. Then it was just so much pressure. Just jumping into not knowing what to do, and then seeing you guys like already presenting, building your already with your templates and everything was just it was fun. It was a new experience, and plus I already met some of you guys, but it was definitely a challenge getting in there, and not knowing much about what it was, but I had seen like OCMC from previous years, and it was it looked like an absolute blast. And I was just fortunate to like join this time, and then like the rest is history. How was it for you guys?
Yeah, it's funny that, Gabriel, you mentioned, how coming in fourth week and feeling unprepared compared to the rest of us. But I don't know about you, Jacob, but until almost the last few weeks, I felt very unprepared.
wait. Before I answer that, I forgot you only came in the fourth week.
Yeah. It was already like week 4.
That must have been crazy.
And lovely Anna. Hi Anna. Shout out to Anna. She got me into CMC. She let me know that there wasn't a spot available, and that's how I got in.
Wow.
Then, oh man, like it was such a journey, right? Yeah. How was it for you guys in the preparing? You said like you didn't feel like preparing. For
Yeah,
the next few
pretty
weeks.
much till like week 7 or 8. We had about, how many weeks did we have? Maybe 12 thereabouts, 11
Yeah.
or 12 to
Yeah.
fully prepare before the competition. Week 7 or 8, I don't know about you, Jacob, but I was still feeling a little bit out of the loop. I mean, it all came together at the end. Obviously, I think in hindsight, we all feel very proud of our achievement, but definitely felt like not prepared until almost the very end.
Brother, I was feeling out of the loop
Yeah.
before competition day.
Yep.
Honestly. But like you said, Gabriel, it definitely was such a nice experience. You know, why are you laughing at me?
Yeah.
You know what?
I don't
you guys just
appreciate being laughed
You guys
at,
just
sir.
make me so...
I'm trying.
Sir.
I'm
I
try-
appreciate the pronunciation.
I'm trying to have a moment here, Andrew.
It's such great
We're trying to
guys,
be
such a good
serious.
vibe. Yeah.
No, but like to your point, listen, guys. I personally am a failed athlete, so this was
Failed athlete. Crazy.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Yes.
So this was a good experience for me to kind of like, because I can't put this competitive energy that I have into sports. This was a great opportunity for me to put my competitive energy into something meaningful that would eventually help me with my resume and my career in the future later on.
Yes.
It was great. So it hit all of those boxes. I got to get so close to not just you guys, but the entire team as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, the whole experience was just amazing,
Dude.
And thank you to GBC. Thank you to Tom.
Big shout out.
And
John
the
Hendricks,
entire John Hendricks.
John
The entire OCMC team for allowing
all
us
the
to have
faculty.
that
John
experience.
Gallagher, our coach.
Oh yeah,
Legend.
That's right. Big legend.
We miss you,
John
John.
Hendricks.
He
and
gave
Tom.
us clickers for our
He gave us
goodbye
clickers.
gift.
He gave us.
Yeah.
He gave us.
And he bought us lunch.
Very sweet man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I love that point that you made of like how like we couldn't like in sports and things like that, like as international students, like I grew up in Colombia and I like grew up like seeing all of these like college students live, you know, and like the whole varsity thing and you know, meeting with your friends, going to the football games and everything is like, oh yeah, the Huskies and you know, representing the school and things like that. And it's just so much passion and it's so much fun.
Yes.
To grow up seeing that and then like coming to college, well, I had to work while I was studying and things like that. So time didn't work to dedicating to sports fully. But then having OCMC, we really got that. And I keep saying this word, camaraderie. That was like absolutely amazing. And
That was loud.
like honestly, just feeling like the feeling of representing the school was just like so captivating and like the whole teamwork that we made and
Yes.
you know, like representing GBC in front of the other schools.
That's
and, you know,
right.
cheering for GBC.
That's right.
It was like the passion was there and you could feel it. Especially, let's talk about this one, the quiz bowl night.
I knew you were gonna say
Yes.
that. Quiz bowl night. Jacob, talk more about that.
Can we? I don't think we can curse.
Can we swear?
It was freaking amazing. Quiz Bowl night
It was so darn cool.
It was so gosh
Yes.
darn golly cool. Man, Quiz Bowl night was
Yes.
a night to remember.
Yeah.
Like obviously our lovely viewers don't know what Quiz Bowl is, but basically within the entire like OCMC team, we have what is called a Quiz Bowl team. It's a team of 4 people, and essentially it's a huge trivia game amongst the other schools
Of marketing.
that contributes to the points of
Yeah.
the school overall in the whole OCMC competition.
And the best part about it, we are all looking at them. Like we're watching.
It's
in
on
the
stage
audience
in front of everyone.
while the
in a
game is
huge
playing.
auditorium,
Yeah. Huge.
hundreds of
Huge.
people.
Yeah.
The mascots come out. The mascots
Yes.
come out right before it. It really is like, and the energy.
Yes,
And
it's
I was talking to the St. Clair people, right? And they said that the energy that every school brought this year was like way more than last year, which makes me even more grateful that I was
Yeah.
part of this year's OCMC.
Not to toot our own horn, but our school was the best and loudest. Although we weren't the most, biggest team either. We were one of the
That's-
smaller teams. But I found that when in that auditorium, we were making noise.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were.
It was something to
I
do.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
genuinely concerned that I was gonna lose my voice, and
think
I
we
had to
did.
present the morning after.
Yeah.
But you know what? We still went for it. We sang. I think we cheered. We danced. That
Everything.
night. It was awesome.
There was dancing. Yeah.
There was
was
dancing.
dancing.
There was dancing. Yes.
Not to mention, you can't see him, but our lovely cameraman Tenzin was a member of our Quiz Bowl team, and they killed it. They
Indeed.
really killed it.
Yeah.
Shout out Tenzin.
Thank
Shout
you,
out to
Tenny. Thank you, Dan.
Okay, let's
Thank
talk
you,
about
Anna.
that
Dylan.
Thank you, Dylan.
performance. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that performance of the Quiz Bowl team. Shout out to all of them. That was incredible. Like they at the beginning they didn't start off like strong, then they won the second round, and that was absolutely bonkers. Like the energy that we all felt like in that moment, that was incredible.
It was a crazy comeback.
Yeah.
In terms
Crazy,
of our
crazy.
little nerd community, every time I would tell like my coworkers or something what OCMC was, I would explain it to them. They'd have a blank face, and I'd be like some nerd stuff basically, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
But so
be there.
in our little nerd community, right? This was like Patriots coming back from that Falcons Super Bowl. That's that might be a reference that the viewers
Yes.
get. I don't know if you all are
NFL,
football fans,
yeah.
but like that's how we felt. It felt like we were Patriots fans at that moment because
Electric.
we were cheering on, you know, not just fans. Like it felt like we were part, you know, of the Patriots team, watching our team come back
Yeah.
because we were so behind after the
Yeah.
first round. I remember how it worked was after the first round we weren't even in the top 3. So the top 3 gets to go straight to the finals, and then the bottom other teams have to fight for a spot in the finals. And you need to be top 2 to get into the finals, no longer top 3, so it's even more competitive. And we just snuck into second place. We got so hype. I still have the video. I don't know if we can play the clip and post or whatever, but that would be a good thing to.
Oh, everyone said marketing, environment, everyone's right, but who's on top? Only
Oh
one
my
team
God!
will go to the final.
You
In
got
the
this,
design
guys!
stage of the product life cycle, how do companies typically adjust with promotional strategies for the gold medal?
Oh my God.
Who is going to the final? We're going to find out in just 17 seconds. Will George Brown hold on? Can they do it? Will the Sioux jump up for joy? The winner is...
Everybody loves a good comeback story, you know.
It was fire.
Darn
It was awesome.
straight. No
Yeah.
swearing.
Yeah.
By the way, that also set the tone for the entire rest of the weekend. I mean, going in there, obviously, we felt like an underdog because we were a smaller school, a smaller team, and electric, as we already
Yes.
stated.
It especially hyped us up going into competition day, going into
Let's talk more about that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
day after Quiz Bowl, that's when, you know, entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
marketing strategy, international marketing, that's when we all did our presentations.
Yeah.
This was the fun stuff. Now the nerd stuff begins.
Yes. Well, tell you what, guys, like ONO, OCMC in the preparation part and like then presenting, it taught me more about marketing and how to like write a campaign that a lot of classes like during
Anything
many
than
semesters.
anything, really.
Like you jump from thinking that you could do a marketing campaign throughout an entire semester to doing that in 15 minutes or less. Or like, well, it's supposed to be half an hour, right?
Yeah.
Officially.
I mean, then you just start to think like, okay, it's not really about, you know, how like all the technicalities, but developing an idea and constructing, building on top of that, you know, and it's just it changes your mindset and in a way that no other marketing classes could.
Yeah.
Definitely it changed my vision as a marketer, and that's why I always recommend it.
Yeah.
Always.
I would say aside from obviously the hard skills you're building, you're also building camaraderie with your friends, your colleagues throughout the week. I know Jacob can attest to this as well. Him and I were partners in our case, and morning of was just an insane feeling. I think at that moment we both knew we'd pick the right partners, but leading up to it, it was hectic.
Yeah.
But morning of, again, it's do or die. We had less time than we thought.
Yeah.
Long story, but yeah.
Essentially, the schedule kind of changed on us last minute. We thought we would have 5 hours to prepare in the morning. It ended up being 10 seconds, really, to get
It felt like that.
to get our suits on. I didn't even shower. I bet I stank. I didn't even get to drink my coffee. But
I remember that. You
Yeah.
guys were stressed.
we
That was
showed,
stressed.
we were
But you know what?
stressing.
8:30 in the morning.
To
Hey.
your point, Gabriel, it did teach us so much more than just like it taught us so much more
Yes.
about marketing, but also
Adaptability.
these soft skills,
Yes.
right? Adaptability. Now I can go into an interview
Yes.
and say, to make it sound more impressive than it actually is, but say that, you know, I competed in this provincial competition and I can tell the story of how we thought we were going to have 5 hours, but instead we only had 10 seconds. And employers will look at that and see how, you know, passionate I am about telling this story and be like, wow, okay, this guy's adaptable.
Yes.
Like, and
It's about confidence, right?
It is.
Like the practicing and like constant feedback, it just gives you like the confidence you need to, you know, like come up with new ideas. And
That's right.
ideas that are fresh and they work, and you build those ideas, and then you adapt to situations, and then you learn to like wing things.
Yeah.
But in a way that is knowledgeable and in a way that is kind of wise. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, and all in all, it was a great experience, guys. What do you think? I'm gonna give you the mic, Andrew, because
Well, thank you, Gabriel. I mean, a lot of funny stories as well. Like, I mean, I'll just give one brief one, but what comes to mind is just, you know, being on the train together, both heading there and coming back. You know, we arrive in Windsor and we just see rain and fog, and we're like, oh boy, this is the tone of the weekend. So, you know, just a lot of fun memories together and a lot of shared experiences, which was a huge part of how I remember OCMC.
Yes, we braved the storm for real. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm glad we did. It was a fun experience.
Yes.
I'm glad I had already known Andrew from before, but I'm glad to have met you, Gabriel. And if the rest of the
Likewise,
team
my
is
friends.
watching, I'm glad to have met you guys
love
as
all of
well.
you.
Shout out to Tad, my partner for OCMC.
That's
Legend. Legend.
Yeah,
legends.
we're gonna wrap up this marketing moment. Thank you, our wonderful viewers, for watching once again,
And
and we'll
listening.
see you in the next episode.
Was it?